we're just trying to figure out what to do to fucking the other bands and then last night.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. Okay.
Playing it all out.
So, just do like a quick intro, I guess. Hi, this is Ian. You're listening to Total Distortion. I'm on the tour bus with Brian from Shadows Fall.
What's happening, man?
It's on the Stress Tour right now.
Stress Tour, yeah. It's been amazing last night, so it's been a great tour. Great way to blow it out, man. We're going to have a good time.
All right, you guys got anything special planned? Like any pranks?
We're trying, man. We're working on it. We got to figure out exactly what's going down, but so it's going to be a last-minute surprise.
Yeah, okay. Cool. And wanted to ask you about the Stress Tour. It's like, it revolves around this artist guy? Like,
yep.
what's the story behind
that? His name's Derek Hess. He's done artwork for bands for a long time, some amazing stuff. You know, did some Unearthed, like, cover art and stuff for, a lot of different people, and started his own clothing line.
Oh, really?
Some great stuff, and we were putting together the tour, and it just worked out that all of the bands that were going to end up on the tour had already been working with him and getting, he'd been doing endorsements with them, so he wanted to sponsor the whole event, and it was great to kind of, hook him up, and we've been bringing out, all the clothing, and we have a booth set up, and
cool.
Kids can check it out. It's great stuff, and definitely check it out, and it all kind of culminated at the Stress Fest in Cleveland, which was a huge show with headlined by Thursday and Finch and a bunch of other amazing bands like Converge played and Ringworm. It was awesome. So it's just been a cool thing, man. It's been a great tour, and it was just cool to kind of hook him up as well, spread the word about some cool gear.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, and then you guys are going to go on tour with Candiria and All That Remains coming up
Yep,
next.
and Full Blown Chaos as well. So.
All right, cool. That's to promote the new album?
Yep, yeah, there's kind of like record release shows around like the East Coast, some of the bigger cities. This tour we did this summer was more of like places we either hadn't been in a really long time or cities we've never gotten to, so it was... this September we're going to play like the places, do like Philly and do a hometown show at the local Bazooka AAF show there.
Local Bazooka,
so.
yeah. That came through like a couple of years ago around here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That should be cool. And, we're just psyched, get out there and do some like big headlining shows where we can probably play a lot of the new record, and, Cause it's probably going to be kids that have seen us a bunch, we've been playing a lot of the same songs for a few years, so it's time to freshen up the set list, so we're psyched.
Yeah, okay, so I wanted to ask you about the new album. It's called The War Within. When's it come out?
September 21st.
Okay, cool. And what's the significance of the title, Sonny?
It's just kind of like, after a record like The Art of Balance, it was more like, the themes were a lot more universal and a lot more philosophical. This is the first record I ever came home from a tour and sat down for like 5 months to write a record with the band, and I actually had time to sit and think about things that were more personal and also deal with some things that like I'd probably just been one step ahead of on tour, just moving so much and just living such like chaos. So it was a lot more personal of a record. It was a lot more introspective, and it was also very therapeutic. It felt good to come and write new songs and kind of get some things out and deal with some things, and it also just reflected kind of like the going internal after trying to find goals and like widespread like it's always easy to write about beliefs and about ideals. It's a lot more difficult to write about realizing how far away from like all that shit you are. But a lot of that came from the tone of the record. It's just a little darker. It's a little more like eerie, and the lyrics kind of reflected that. So.
Okay, that's cool. And you guys use Zeus again to produce?
Yep. Yeah. Always the Zeus.
Yeah, because like Art of Balance, like it was so huge for you guys. It just passed 100,000 the SoundScan, and like, so you think there's a lot of pressure on you guys to deliver on this album?
Oh, I'm sure there is from like the label and management and all that stuff, but you can't really worry about that. No one expected the Art of Balance to do as well as no one expected like a fairly traditional metal band from Massachusetts to kind of go out there and do anything. So we never really have that in the back of our minds. We just came home and wrote like some sick metal tunes and just were psyched about it, and I just roll with it because we've kind of accomplished what we've done by doing our own thing anyway. So it's like if you start to worry about it, it'll really just affect your like confidence. You'll start second guessing everything, and you're worrying like, oh, is people gonna be digging this, people digging that? We're too selfish to care.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, you guys just filmed a video, or you did 2 videos actually recently.
Yeah, I'm busy, yo.
like what's that process like, doing videos and stuff?
It's a pretty long process. It can be real fun. The first one, we also set ourselves up for fun on the video tip, because like Destroy Your Senses video was shot like at our local bar with all our friends just drinking beer. It was like it looks like a crazy beer commercial, man. So that and then the one for Power by an Eye, which we did recently with our friend Dale, it was like we were gonna shoot right next to where they were doing the Ozfest rehearsal day. So all our friends were over there sound checking, all done by like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're like, yo, come on over to the video shoot. We had a barbecue. Jaeger pulled up with like their RV, and you know, we just had a bash. And we filmed a bunch of live footage of us playing with like kind of this cool, like weird background, like, you know, burned out like railroad tracks and shit. Kind of looked like the Monkey Business video by Skid Row.
Oh yeah, Skid Row.
And then barbecue footage of us just partying with our friends. So, you know, it was another excuse to have a party on like a video budget. The second one we did for the What Drives the Week song, it was a lot different, like, because it was more of a concept video. We shot again with our friend Zach, who did the last, you know, did the Idiot Box and Destroyer video, and it was a full-scale production, like, you know, like, I mean, it was big crew, catering, like, we were in, like, this weird part of L.A. on this burned-out old, like, fucking crack house, and it was just a spooky house, man, and it was cool as hell in this weird little neighborhood, and we had a bunch of extras, you know. It's a pretty metal video too, man. Like, it reminds me of like almost like the Dream Warriors video about like you know, Dokken, man. So like just the look of it, you know. And we shot it on like amazing film, you know. It's full like widescreen film, and you know, had like dudes on Harleys and our like tattooed friends and the guys from HIMSA hanging out, and we're playing like in the bottom of this house, and this whole concept where I'm following, you know, into these different rooms and seeing different images from the past and all that stuff. It's crazy, man. It felt like we were making a movie. But
yeah, that sounds cool. So I think that'll be like on Headbangers Ball soon.
Oh, yeah. I think the Power of I&I video should be out fairly soon. We're waiting to see the final cut.
Okay.
The What Drives video probably won't come out till after the record's out sometime when, you know. So we just ended up shooting them both real soon, you know, like close to each other.
Yeah, cool, okay. Yeah, I wanted to ask you about, like, what do you think about the term, like, new wave of American heavy metal? I've heard that a lot.
I think it's funny, because none of the bands that are associated are slightly new. That's the best part. Like, you got, like, bands like us and, you know, Killswitch and Lamb of God and Chimera, who've been around for, like, 7-8 years. Yeah. And all in bands before that, so I like the title new, but it's just a play on words with the whole new wave of British heavy metal. So if we could ever live up to being as good a bands as like, you know, Iron Maiden, Diamond Head, and like, you know, even Def Leppard, you know, that would be amazing. But we'll see, you know. It's just, you know, it's a way for people to kind of describe a whole scene, though. It's not a sound. That's the best part. Yeah. It's totally not a sound, because like Lamb of God does not sound like Killswitch Engage, and like, you know, God Forbid does not sound like Unearthed. You know, it's like everyone's doing their own thing. But it's more of just just a scene, you know. Like, all the bands are friends and came up together and have been touring with each other for years, and it's just it's a cool thing to be a part of that, you know. Like, whatever people want to call it, it's fine with me, you know. It's tough to label this stuff because everyone's doing their own thing, you know? And people try and throw the generic like metalcore or like, you know, melodic metal or whatever it is, you know. You can hyphenate 1,000 words in front of the word metal. Just call it metal.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay, I just wanted to ask you one last thing about Late Night Crew. That was that Motley Crue cover band.
Oh, yeah.
What was the story behind that? How did you guys get together to do that?
Oh, that was a rough night. That was a one-time only thing.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, that was probably the closest I ever came to drinking myself into the hospital. Oh, wow. And it was all by accident, you know. Damn Motley Crue covers, man. They just got us inspired. And there was Seamless was playing their record release party, and Seamless is an amazing rock band with Jesse Leach, who was originally from Killswitch Engage, and Pete, who played guitar in Overcast with me for years, and our friend Derek is on drums. He actually recorded some stuff with Shadows Fall on the Dead World EP, and toured with us for a little bit before Jason joined the band. So they're good friends of ours, and they were doing a record release party, and Derek came up with the brilliant idea of finishing off the night with an all-star Motley Crue cover band of Ken and Buzz from Unearthed, and Derek and Kevin from Seamless, and I was going to sing. And we were fully decked out, you know. Ken took it to the level of, you know, taping fake hypodermic needles to his arm and, you know, with the Nicky makeup on. And me and Ken broke into a bottle of Jack Daniels way early after drinking shots with a bunch of friends all night. And somewhere during smoking in the boys' room, I ended up pretty much finishing it all off in one mighty swig, and I don't really remember anything else from that point on. It was insanity. But I think we kicked some ass. I'd like to think we did.
I saw some pictures from
it. But I don't remember much of it, to tell you the truth. But I heard I was saying some interesting things between songs.
Oh, that's cool. Well, thanks a lot for the interview.
Oh, no problem, man. Thank you.
Could you say, like, this is Brian, you're listening to Total Distortion or something like that?
What's up? This is Brian from Shadows Fall, and you're listening to Total Distortion Metal Radio.
Okay, thanks a lot, man.